coaches are in. When you need a timely, transparent friend, tune into the coaches are in. Talking career, business, health, and wealth. You got a friend now. Into the coaches are in. With authenticity, come on, let's take a seat and tune in. Well, hello there.
Y'all dancing?
Hello, ladies.
So I had to hurry up and put my lip gloss on. I was like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Same thing.
More power to y'all.
I'm like, hurry up. I
know
know
it
when the
goes
jingle
quick.
ends. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. So listen.
Oh, we don't hear you, Dr. Sharita.
You said you don't hear me?
I hear.
Oh, come on
don't
now.
scare me
Already?
now. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going. Hopefully you hear me. Okay.
I'll be back.
All right. All right. So while Allison is getting herself together, right? So let's talk about the fact that so many women are exhausted physically, mentally, emotionally, and still telling themselves, like, this is just how life is, it's the season I'm in, and almost just accepting the way that it is. But tonight's conversation is about choosing something different, choosing alignment over exhaustion and intention over hustle. So we're going to be talking wellness, beauty, and what it really takes to build something meaningful, especially when you're doing it for the first time in your community. So we're going to get right into it after we quickly introduce ourselves. For those of you who are joining us for the first time and don't know who we are, I'm Dr. Sharita Weatherspoon. I am an operations strategist and alignment coach, and I work with Black women, helping them to launch, grow, and scale purposeful and profitable businesses that bring them fulfillment and joy.
And I'm Dr. Malika, and I'm your confidence coach here on the show. But I build confidence in many different ways through workshops, keynotes, and as well as apparel. So I'm glad to be here, and I can't wait to talk to our guest.
Yes, I guess it's my turn.
Absolutely.
All right. I am Allison Garrett, and I am your behavioral interventionist, and I work with women who have a hard time discovering what has them stuck without years of therapy.
Awesome.
And we are the coaches are in.
That's right.
Oh, I still can't hear you guys.
Okay.
Oh, we can hear you though.
Well, we'll keep moving until Coach Allison gets her tech situation together. So how about I introduce our guest?
Yes, that would be great. Thank you.
All right. So today we have Natalie Torres, and she is the owner of the Tox Wilmington, a luxury experience that includes a proprietary, non-invasive, full-body treatment designed to contour the body, reduce inflammation, and improve lymphatic flow through a combination of primarily manual, hands-on lymphatic drainage supplemented by proprietary machine work. That was a mouthful, but she's going to bring life to this in a few minutes, y'all. This experience reduces water retention, boosts metabolism, and provides a leaner, more sculpted appearance, among other benefits. So y'all get ready for our guest, Natalie Torres. She's coming to the stage.
I feel like we need a sound effect. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
boy.
you.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on The Coaches Are In.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Y'all are funny already. I can tell this will be a good time.
It's going to be fun. So let me go ahead and just get us started. Before we get into the business, what was happening in your life that made wellness feel personal for you? What got you started?
So you are really giving me the perfect bounce pass to what I believe is a provocative start to my journey in this entrepreneurship journey. So, I, for the most part, for most of my life, had lived a very, very healthy lifestyle. I trained that, certain seasons we train a little harder than we doing others, life,
Mm-hmm.
life in. But so I take care of my body. I was eating well, doing all the things that we're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to get really, really sick. I had all the symptoms that you can think of, from fatigue to brain fog, extreme exhaustion. My
Mm-hmm.
hair was thinning, and I was gaining a significant amount of weight. Again, I'm working out pretty intense, and doing all the things. And I had went on this journey and saw, I don't even know, countless providers and and this isn't a slight to medical professionals. I think they're great, and they've done great things for me as well, but I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get answers. In fact, what I kept hearing is perimenopause, like all
Mm-hmm.
roads don't go back to menopause. And I'm like, it
Right.
has to be something else. So I literally I'm a person of faith. I'm a big, big person of faith. And I just
Mm-hmm.
went to the Father and I was like, you know my body. You created it. What is wrong here? Like, show me, reveal to me what it is so it can be healed. And
Right.
so I, through a friend, was connected to an iridologist. And an iridologist is a practitioner, right? This is a holistic approach in medicine, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a practitioner that looks at your eyeballs, your iris, the lines in your eyes. And she's examining me and taking notes and getting really into like, just imagine somebody in your eye. And so she sits back and she says, Natalie, you've got just a long litany, a list of things that was wrong with my organs, with my blood, like just a long list. And then she said,
Wow.
well, none of that matters because it's your lymphatic system. It's broken. Your lymphatic system is broken. And if you focus on that, you'll see results. You'll see changes. So then I went on this journey to find a way to treat this lymphatic system, to understand what it is, right? To really understand my body. And I couldn't find a place. Everything that I found within my community or even within the region, you had to have surgery or be really, really sick. So I wasn't really, really sick, and I hadn't had surgery. And y'all know how the internet listens to you.
Yes.
So I started to
It
get all
starts
these
popping up
things.
You
on
started
you.
getting ads.
I started to get that. And then, I came across something that was an experience in New York City. At the same time, I wanted to invest into something. And I was like, ooh, wasn't even thinking about investing. Let me experience this because I need to figure something out for my body. And I went on this experience, the Tox. I had the Tox technique, and my life had changed significantly. So that was just a little bit about this journey. I had found the solution that no one can tell me. Then I started to talk and lean in and talk to women and men and athletes and all types of people who had similar stories and some very different, but started to see really, really great results.
Wow, that's amazing. I love it. We're always searching for that holistic approach with all the things that doctors just don't have the experiences with, right? So, I definitely feel you on that. So I want to know, with your first Tox experience, you said in New York City, what was it that really stood out to you?
So again, it was the results, right? So instantly in one single solitary session, I saw instant results. I saw it in my face. I know exactly, I've discovered exactly what part of of my body where the lymphodes typically malfunction. I think it's really important for us to explain the lymphatic system for this to all to make sense. Your body has and let me also say this, I am no clinician. I am no scientist. I am just a person who was on a health journey. I have an amazing team, someone else who was on a wellness journey, and we just wanted solutions. I talk quite often to clinicians and work with so many of them just because I respect their opinion, but that's not my background. But what I have learned is that your body has 12 systems. That's how complex our bodies are. And they all interconnect, right? They intersect. And when one malfunctions, right, there might be a glitch somewhere else. But sometimes if one malfunctions, you kind of can survive, with this little glitch, but you're experiencing all these things like inflammation, weight gain, exhaustion, brain fog, all the things, right? That ugly I word, inflammation. I think it's an ugly word. But there's these 12 systems here. right? There's the
Right.
integumentary, the skeletal, the muscular, the nervous, the digestive, the respiratory, the cardiovascular. These are systems we hear often, but what we don't talk about often in this country is the lymphatic system.
Lymphatics. Yeah.
And sidebar, you go to other countries, Europe, South America, right? I have a friend right now in Brazil saying there's lymphatic drainage on every corner because they get it, right? So that system, what it is, think of it as a sewer almost,
Right.
right? And
All
so
the
it's
toxins.
designed to release the toxins out of your body. And if the sewer gets backed up, that's not fun in your house, right?
Right.
So
Right.
that's really what it is. That's the function of the
Yeah.
lymphatic system. And when it's treated, it's usually after something massive like surgery and all the other things I mentioned. So that's the
Right.
system. But Allison, your question was about what did I experience, like what the treatment was like. I'll tell you, it was a full body experience that feels very similar. And I don't like to use this word, but I will for to help explain the experience. It felt
Right.
like a little bit of a massage, but
Mhm.
it wasn't a massage. A masseuse, which we respect tremendously, is looking for your muscles and they deal with the muscular system. What they were doing was nothing with your muscle groups, but instead looking with their hands for the lymph nodes in your body. So I'm laying on a massage table. It's a manual technique, and then they had some machines as well, and it feels fantastic. You might even doze off and sleep, or you might stay awake and just enjoy it. But what I discovered is that every single stroke that the technician was doing on my body was done with intention. It was done with intention behind it to, again, wake up and activate the lymph node, push the toxins in it so it can come out, right? And thereafter, the toxins were coming, the inflammation was being released. Ladies, I left there with a snatched jawline. My body right now, it was like, it was
Snatch me. I need to be
snatched.
snatched. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. There's also a lot of abdominal action that takes place. So if you want to get snatched, right? It just completely changed my life. And over time, through multiple sessions, I lost 11 to 12 pounds like this. So going back to that iridologist, I was like, hashtag nailed it. It was an answered prayer. And that's when I discovered what it was.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? I know we have more questions. Just quick on the heels of that. I've heard that after a good massage, you should have to move your bowels. Now, I know you said not to compare, but is it because a good massage should really work out some things. I guess what I'm saying is after the experience, those toxins have to go at some point after the experience, you then are releasing the toxins as well. Is that correct? Would that be about right? Okay.
That is right. That is correct. And the other thing too that I think is also a little bit different is that I continue to feel that flushing for like 72 hours. You're just, it's a reactivation of the system itself. So yes, you're absolutely right. You do release urine and then we've got great supplements and items, a whole line of products to sort of
along with
enhance,
that.
right?
Yes.
To enhance.
Yeah. Now I'm very familiar with the lymphatic drainage in my scope of wellness. And what I would love to say is this is not something necessarily that we have heard in our community, right?
Yeah.
People that I work with and practitioners that I work with, they push this in other communities. What was it that made Natalie say our community needs this? And then were there any fears associated with that when you decided to open the business?
How much time do we have?
Based on that, right? Like our community can be tough. Let's tell the truth.
A little bit. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes.
let me start with the community question about bringing a solution. And I think this is important in business, right? This isn't my first business, so I'll start there. I have great business mentors Many of them don't even know they're mentoring me. I'm watching, I'm taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen folks start business with really good intentions. They've come
Mhm.
across maybe ideas and services and product lines that may have had an affinity for them. And then the business could have flatlined over a period of time. But I
Mhm.
really, really wanted to do something that was, sustainable, right, for my future, but also meaningful for people. And so I took time, right, to draft and research and ask, like, I mean, I have a very robust business plan, right,
Mhm.
which I feel I feel like I gave birth, and our
You
team gave
should.
birth to
Yes,
something.
absolutely.
But I always say to folks, don't forsake that process. It is your due diligence, and you need to understand, right, the market. Can your region sustain it? What are the demographics are like? What is the need? Who are my customers? And when I went through this business plan process, I discovered well over 20 different types of customers. So this isn't
Wow.
just like a girly girl business. This is anybody
Yes.
who wants to achieve optimal health, who wants to really take their wellness to another
Yes.
level, for people who want to like really dig, we're in aesthetics are important in this Western culture that we live in,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So there's a
Right.
beauty component to it. And I was able to identify quite a few customers. And then again, just do
Mhm.
the research and understand the trends, the market trends,
Mhm.
as it relates to health and wellness and beauty in my region, and taking the time to do that. And Allison, I discovered this could be pretty lucrative. And I
Yeah.
phoned a friend. I have a great friend who really, really supported me and invested in this idea. Who, I said, hey, I was going through a discovery phase, right, to
Mhm.
study and learn not just the
Mhm.
lymphatic drainage
Yes.
process, but the
Just the
business.
business. Yep. I
And
need a
put
Right.
business
that
bestie.
together. Yeah, and she was just flipping the pages and and she was like, you know how people read 100-page documents in like 4 minutes. Y'all probably like that, right? That ain't me. I'm like, this is heavy.
No.
That's called scanning from the
Yeah,
middle.
right. Well, so she did that, and she was like, there's something here. This is very lucrative, and I think you should do it, and I'll support you, right? So,
Mhm.
again, it's not, and this was a person who knows business, who has multiple
Mhm.
businesses.
Mhm.
And that's, I was seeking counsel. That's what I was doing.
That's
So,
awesome.
in that research, Allison, I also learned that there were so many people who needed this. They just weren't able to get it, or get like, they'll go to different med spas. No shade to med spas. I think they're great. But all we do is this. And we
Yes.
do it
Right.
really, really well. Now, as
Right.
far as the fears, girl, this is a significant, investment. And
Yes.
as
Mhm.
I mentioned, I am a person of faith, and I was not moving until I
Mhm.
had a peace that rested
Yes.
on me, and I
Amen.
invited my spiritual parents into the process, right? And a few others, and felt the peace to do this thing. Yeah, a little bit afraid. A little bit
Yes.
Mhm.
afraid, but I also knew that I had done my part in the researching, and that wasn't an overnight process. So
Mhm.
my advice to people who want to pursue business: take the time to research. I discovered a
Yes.
thing called a walking score. I never heard of that before. So as I'm
Yes.
shopping for a location, I
Mhm.
want to know what the walk score be, so that people who are passing by my location can find me. That
Mhm.
Mm.
matters in certain
Yes, that
businesses.
matters. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go
And
ahead, girl.
that preparation just, it really dealt with the fear. And there's some days where I'm like, ooh, it's heavy. but you keep doing it. You keep walking, and my
Yeah.
prayer for a long time used to be wealth. And then I had a conviction, and it wasn't wealth, it was freedom that I really wanted. So I
Mm.
always say
That's
to
so
myself,
good.
when it's hard,
That's
Yes.
so
I say
good.
it's not always gonna be like this, Nat. It's not always gonna
Mhm.
be
That's
like this.
right.
Right.
Right. Plant
That's
that
awesome.
seed.
I
Do the
love
Yeah.
it.
work.
Awesome. So let's transition a little bit here and talk a little bit more about what might lead we're going to say women because that's our audience, to seeking out your services. But I want to approach it from the perspective of like, what are some things that we experience in our bodies that we've learned to normalize that are likely issues,
Yes, that's good.
you know, of a larger issue, but because we are so ingrained in just pushing through
Yes,
and
it's all right.
blaming everything on being, you know, exhausted and overwhelmed, like I got too much going on, which might be true, but there likely are some other issues at play that we should be taking a look at.
Yeah. So I want to separate it with just in general caring for yourself. It's so funny. I was picking up this is one of our teas, right? It's lymphatic tea, detox your body, feed your soul. And I was reading this while I was heating it up, preparing for you all. And it says here, you get to spend your entire life in your body, take care of it, and it will take care of you. Right?
Yes. I thought you were going to say you only get one.
Well,
I done changed.
Yeah, take care of it because
she's doing a little remarketing for you there.
That's what I'm gonna tell them. You only get one.
Yeah, but you know, I am a caretaker, right? I do have a parent that I care for, and you know, that's hard. If anybody has experienced that, you know, shout out to you. Keep going. All right, high five, Dr. Malika, because we know what it's like. And people that I love, I've got an amazing, you know, honey, and my family is growing, and I've got all these other commitments and responsibilities, and it's so easy to choose everybody, and then there you are at the very end, and you've got nothing left for yourself.
If that,
this is tough. This is tough. And I used to think, I got my hair done, I got my nails done, you know, I got whatever it is, you know, fill in the blank for yourself. But that really wasn't self-care for Natalie. That was just looking nice.
Right.
That was just, you know,
that was just getting cute.
Right.
That's
the truth.
It was just getting cute, but it really wasn't dealing with how I was feeling. You know, I'm a huge advocate for therapy, right? And behavioral health. That's important, right? I will endorse it 10 toes down, but also really taking the time to learn your body and exploring what it is and taking care of it. I will not leave my provider, you know, that I see every year, or my OB, or my, you know, I will not leave my mammogram until my next year's appointment is locked in. There's just certain things I don't play. And the dentist, I don't play with those.
Right.
Because my body is paramount. I kind of want to be here for a minute. You know what I mean? I have a little human that is relying on me. So I had to sort of choose me. And I think oftentimes we just have a tough time doing that. There's this guilt that ensues. There's, you know, I'm just now experiencing a new type of guilt called mom guilt. What? You know, but you have to, you know, it's just critical. It's critical to really explore you. It's the old analogy. It's so played out. We got to come up with another one, but it's putting the air mask on you. So
first,
you know, and we need to give ourselves permission to do that, because for some of us in many of our households, if we go down, the whole ship goes down, and that's not good. That's not
right.
Good.
They don't, but you can't tell them that though.
Right. I was
They'll
thinking
just
the
grind
same
you,
thing.
grind you to.
Like, I can still wash clothes without you. I can do
Be
it.
like, you could do it. I saw you do it.
But could it be, right, that sometimes we see that, like, I got this, I got to do that, and I accomplished this, and I got
Right.
we kind of own it as a badge of honor, and it really isn't.
We talk about that a lot.
It really isn't, you know, and so so I, you know, if I had to say to this, first of all, our services are not just for women, right? They're for men as well. And we've seen, you know, people, I've talked to my counterparts all across the country, that, you know, you've got all types of clients from all ages, from professional athletes and, you know, just someone who's new in wellness to,
Mhm.
you know, pregnant women, people coming out of pregnancy. Do you know in some countries, I was talking to someone today, she was sharing how lymphatic drainage is huge in her country during
Right.
pregnancy and
Mhm.
especially after, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So I would just, to answer your question, Dr. Sharita, if you know something's wrong, right, and you don't have an answer, just try something out new. And here's the other thing,
Yes.
there may not be nothing wrong,
Right.
right? But you want to
Mhm.
achieve something a little bit more optimal and
Mhm.
kind of tighten up some things and feel refreshed and sleep better and de-bloat.
Right.
Or you had a night out when and you want to flush, it's good for that too, right?
Right. Go back
Right,
on
right.
vacation, right? So you just like you let it loose on vacation. And now you bring it back
Yeah.
in.
Or you're getting ready for that big day and you want to
Mhm.
snatch
Right.
sculpted look. But
Yes.
here's the thing. There's, we offer health, wellness, and beauty. For
Mhm.
me, it was hands down the health piece. I
Mhm.
knew I wasn't well.
Mhm.
And when people
Mhm.
were telling me that I wasn't well, I'm like, I am not making this up. I know, I respect tremendously medicine. I have amazing providers who care for
Mhm.
me, but I did know that there was something else.
Yes.
And I was able to discover that. And I think,
Yeah.
and my prayer is that people and women in your audience take heed to that and
Yeah.
Yeah.
pursue it and for answers at all costs, whether it's
Yeah.
the Tox technique or something
Mhm.
else,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's just considering other modalities. I mean, I even
Mhm.
talk about that just in therapy, right?
Mhm.
Some of us
Mhm.
only know one way. We only know talk therapy. We don't know all of the other modalities that are
Mhm.
available to us. So that's definitely on point for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Natalie, I think Lewis is your daddy, right?
What
Is
was that?
Lewis your daddy? Lewis
Yeah, that's
Torres.
my
That's
dad.
your daddy. He said he has a better understanding of your service now.
I was about to say the
Wait a
comments
minute.
all over social are blowing up. Okay. It's like,
Really? That might be my brother, because I
Your
could be
brother?
surprised if that might be Junior, because I'd be real
Okay,
surprised
okay.
if
we
if
got
He
folks
dad
said they
blowing
might
kiss.
not be listening to
We
this.
got
Sorry.
folks blowing
I know.
kisses.
And the family's just like, oh, that's so great. Go ahead, girl. It's like, now
shout
I
out to
know
my
what you
brother.
actually do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So
Yeah.
my brother is also an entrepreneur, right? For a long time.
Mhm.
And again, like I said, you like a long time. Shout out to Coco Chrissy, the best New York Italian ice up and down the Eastern Seaboard. But learn lessons, right, from
Right.
entrepreneurs, and he's one of them.
Yes, beautiful.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I didn't know, Dr. Sharita, if you wanted to share some of these comments or you want me to go ahead, but I'm just interested in why you think lymphatic health is overlooked, right? We we think about some of the things that our families deal with, those generational kinds of sicknesses and illnesses. So to me, it seems like they get that front attention. But why do we as women, why do we overlook, or just in general, we overlook lymphatic health?
Yeah. So I have my theory, and I've been trying to find a way to say this where I don't end up in the court of law. But
When you're here with us, you can say whatever you
okay,
want.
okay. Y'all got English? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We
But I
got
do
you. We
think
got you.
so. Let me say it this way. If your sewer system is working properly, right, and the
Mhm.
toxins are being released, and you're living with optimal health, your hypertension is shifting, whatever it is that you're dealing with. I don't even want to start to call out different diseases, and you're now beginning to be healthy. And
And
if you're
not needing to
healthy,
participate in the system.
what was that, Dr. Sharita?
And not needing to participate in the system
Correct.
that is very
Correct.
expensive. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So it's not lucrative. There's no, that is, again, I can't say definitively that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it
You're
is.
not going to get in trouble for that. We
But
all with
I
you on
do
that
know,
one.
yeah, I do know, right, that just forget the cost, just how I feel and how
Mhm.
people experience me and how I show up. That's a win and a savings.
Yeah.
But in the long
Yeah.
term, I'm just believing that I'm not going to be sick. I just don't receive it. And this is part of the work that you have to do to keep that sewer system moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. You giving us some business nuggets. So I think what we should probably share is, what is it like for you to build a business with integrity,
Hmm.
and considering sustainability?
Yeah.
I know you touched on it a little bit, but I think
Mhm.
people starting a business need to have a greater understanding of what that,
Mhm.
building a business with integrity and sustainability.
Right. So, I've seen, I'm going to give an example. We've got a lot of amazing, chefs out there offering catering services, right? But are you licensed? Or are you not even licensed? Are you insured? Are you protected? Right.
Right.
Mhm.
And I've also just observed folks, again, with good intentions saying, I want to offer this, but there's no science to back it up, or no research, or, whatever it is. I knew I wanted to be in business, but I wanted to be in business with something that was thoroughly vetted out, that there was research and science backing it up. And more importantly, with this business that I purchased, I wanted to interview, right, the creators, the founder of the Tox. And
Yes.
so, as I mentioned, we went through a discovery phase where we're learning about the business and what it could do. But I wanted to know the heartbeat of the individual who created this. And, the math is mathing. The experience was amazing, but the heart and the character of the founder needed to align with Natalie. I am at a point in my life where both my vocation and my business, right? There has to be alignment with my values and what's important to me. And so we sat together and asked, we just had a wonderful conversation where it was, there was this months and months of time getting to know us. Now I'm like, all right, I want to get to know you. I got questions, right? and what I discovered, Courtney Yeager, who is the creator and founder of the Tox, is just as gritty and roll up your sleeves and let's do something amazing for people. And then she went into her personal story, and it was just a story of grit. And I respect grit. I respect the
Love
roll up
grit.
your sleeve,
Yes.
and learn something and taking risks. And her story was very similar to mine. And it just, I locked in, I resonated with it, where she wasn't feeling well, something was wrong. And she discovered this technique that's huge overseas, but we're not doing it over here.
Yes.
And so she took, the time and years of research to get it right and created this proprietary technique. So to sort of land the plane on integrity, I wanted to know, like, the backbone and the character of the person who gave birth to this thing, right? And
Right.
part of the culture of the Tox, or any Tox that you'll experience, right? It's very luxury, by the way, right? It's all the things. It's awesome. It's amazing. But it is a big time affirming culture. So there's lots of affirmations, and every experience begins with one. And you'll experience that from the moment you walk in to the time that you leave. And all of that was aligning to what's important to Natalie, right? I was sharing with someone today, cynicism will die at our studio.
Yes.
We don't want it. It won't live there. It will come
Gotta
to
go.
die,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And that is not the culture that we're bringing. And in terms of sustainability, great point, right? So, you gotta. I share the story how I presented the idea to someone who says, I believe in you, Natalie, and I'm going to support and invest. And so, her knowledge and her background and her experience, right? One of the things I've heard her say over and over was, to other business owners, you've got to be legal in business. God will not bless your business if you are not doing business right.
Wow.
You just won't, right?
Mhm.
That's
And
true.
I'm like, like, I get it, period. That's important. So, it is a process, and I've had my fair share of meetings with governing bodies who have lots of control whether I open my doors or not. But I learned a lot, right? And I was like, I get it. I honor legislation. I honor the process. I honor the governance. And I get it because it's for the safety of my clients.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
This isn't fun. It costs a lot, but it's worth it, right? Because we're
Mhm.
doing business right. And I believe that it'll be blessed for it.
Amen. Me too.
That's good. That's good.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
So, what have you learned about yourself through this process?
What have I learned? Oh, I have learned.
She's like, how much time we got?
Yeah. I'll say this though. I've learned that I can do hard things.
Ah,
Mm.
that's my
I can
favorite.
do hard things. I've learned that something might seem big, but you can achieve it in steps.
Mhm.
I learned that, what was that book? I want to say Atomic Habits. I'm not sure. Is that the one? Anyway, you think about a goal. And what I learned was I had visions and ideas, and
Okay.
we're so focused on the long term, on what it looks like, but we miss the small itty bitty
Parts in
goals that help
between.
us get there.
Right.
And that is critical. And so what I've learned is, look ahead, but come back and celebrate those
Yeah.
wins along the
Right.
way.
Celebrate the wins.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I laugh because on the day that I purchased the business, I was like, oh my goodness, I purchased it. Like, it was huge. We had about 50,000 wins after that. Right. So, but you've got to do that, and you've got to honor the process,
Right.
take the steps and
Yes.
celebrate that and understand it. It is not an overnight thing. Right.
Mm.
So
Right.
I learned that I can do it, and really do hard things and do hard things well.
Mhm. That's a good lesson.
So,
And the leader for
oh,
yourself, because you
okay.
have been doing hard things in your career, your profession, right?
Yeah.
But this was like, okay, I'm doing this for me and
Yeah.
my vision, not
It's a little
somebody else.
different.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it hits
Yeah.
different.
And if I could expand on that, I'll say this. There was this massive aha moment where even in my work, where I'm like, whoa, all this experience and this experience and this experience, you as you're growing, you take a little bit that's good and you leave what you don't like and you keep, and so at some point it all just kind of coalesces and comes into clear view, and you're like, that's why I had that job. That's why
Yep.
I lost there. That's why I
Absolutely.
went there. That's why
Mhm.
things were. So I can learn for this moment.
Mhm.
And that is the journey, right? And
Yeah.
and it's just like, I call it the Moses shoulder. My girlfriend used this years ago, the Moses shoulder. When you look back, you see the Red Seas you've walked through, but can't keep
That's
looking
good.
because
Yes.
Moses never made it to the
Right.
promised land. So you look and you don't forget.
Right.
You don't forget. But
Yes.
I get it. I get it. And so I say to folks, just keep going. I get it. Just keep
I was
going.
gonna say, just keep going. Yes,
Yeah.
just keep going.
That's good. That's
Mhm.
good.
Because I haven't arrived. I'm going. Like I've got more places to get to.
Yep, we all do.
Yeah, that's good. So, should I ask what you would say to a woman who is sitting on an idea, but is waiting to feel ready?
Mm.
What would you say?
Yeah, you can wait a long time because feelings can be wonky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're real temporal. If you're a person of faith, take it to your God. I would also say, do research, find mentors, take the time to write a business plan. I would
Mhm.
also say, depending on the scale of the business, there are resources out there, right, that can serve as a financial backing for you.
Mhm. Mhm.
So do that as well.
Yeah.
Yep. I would say, you know, there's ways to pursue entrepreneurship and protect your assets,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, yep.
That's good.
Have an attorney, right? We've got one.
Mhm.
She's the
Yes.
best. And she works side by side with us
Yes.
in this business. You know, she's an active, you know, partner in the business where I'm protecting my stuff, you know,
Yes.
and a wealth manager as well to, you know, how do you move forward in a way that's smart?
Yeah,
And it
that's
may
That's
not
awesome.
be how
good.
you want to be today, but take the
Mm-hmm.
time to have those conversations and to learn. That's having an
Yes.
informed decision.
Yes. That's
Mhm.
the dream team. Sounds like to me.
That's
Mhm.
Yeah.
good. That's good.
So as you prepare to open your doors, what would you say alignment means to you right now? And that's Dr.
Mm,
Sharita's word right there. So you gotta bring
mm,
it.
yeah. Ooh, no pressure. All right. I feel like the blue lights is in my face. Alignment. So what does alignment mean, right? So here's the thing. If it doesn't line up, it can't
Mm-hmm.
stay. It's almost
Oh.
like what I said about the cynicism.
Mm-hmm.
Cynicism will die at the Tox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
A negative attitude will not make it. It
Mm-hmm.
just won't, right?
Can't, just
So
can't.
Right.
yeah, and be unapologetic about it. There is a culture that we are wanting to build there. And it is
Mhm.
luxurious, but it's also affirming. And so if it doesn't fit, it cannot stay. It does not
Yes.
align.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So many positive things. I love it.
I know. It's
Yeah.
like I want to be there right now.
I know. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I need a
When can I
trip.
get to Delaware?
Wait a minute. Let me get to Delaware and Sharita.
Well,
I
I'll
say
say this.
I have a room in her home somewhere when I come.
Well, I'll say this, you know, for all of the tax owners throughout the country, there are other locations throughout. We're a relatively new franchise. I'd say about maybe 7 years now, 8 years. And so I know you're in another state, Dr. Malika. So I'm going to look to see if there's one close to you. But I am in Delaware. I'm in Wilmington, Delaware, and I'm talking to, you know, let me say this. I would drive into New York City to experience this,
Mm-hmm.
spending some money, right? New York City. I'm
Yes.
a New
Mhm.
Yorker, right? It's the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm really from the Bronx, but I'm a New Yorker.
Mhm.
And so, and I don't feel good when I pay that toll and that gas and
Mm-hmm.
all the things. I'm like,
Right.
"Ugh," right?
Right.
But it worked so well on my body. And it
Mm-hmm.
was worth
Mhm.
it. So I'm like, I've got to, you know, bring this. And then I discovered there was Delawareans driving to New York, driving to DC, right? We've got a location in Georgetown. So I'm talking to the Delawarean. I'm talking to our Maryland folks. I'm talking to Pennsylvania, New Jersey. We're
Mhm.
here. We're in Wilmington. I'm on Silverside Road in the Concord Plaza next to Taverna and El Camino. And, you know, we'd love to have you. We would love to have you. You can start right now. We are doing, is now a good time to throw out some specials?
Yes.
And
Oh yes.
okay,
Oh
cool, cool, right?
yes.
Throw
So we
away,
are,
girl. Throw.
all right. Just let me take a jump shot. Okay. So we are offering some really, really cool packages right now in bundles. But for our very first 100 treatments that we sell, pre-sales before we opening, you are a VIP client for life. It doesn't require you to purchase every month to month. It's not that type of gig here. It is just, you know, we want to honor those who are believing in our vision and what we're trying to do. So we've got lots of things to choose from a master tox to a facial, right? That's my jam. That's my favorite of all the things that we
Mhm.
do, because when I leave, I'm snatched. And I know that right here is where my problem areas are. We also offer treatments to pregnant women, right? So if you're pregnant, we've got something for you. This will be great for you and baby. And also
Mhm.
for women who who have just delivered. But there's something for everyone. Again, right now we're offering VIP status to the first 100 customers that we have. I think right now we're maybe almost halfway there. So looking
Mhm.
forward to meeting some folks. And then you get some really cool and exciting swag that goes with that, and perks along the way, right? You'll have access to special events, our beautiful space, and so much more.
So I need to graduate from my little brush thing.
That you can't find. That you can't find. That gua sha.
But I'm about to go find it. Okay.
Yeah, and let me tell you, those are good, right? This is how I liken that too. So you know how you go to the hair salon and you leave, you know,
right.
And in between, you got to do your stuff, and it doesn't look quite the same. That's what that is. They're really good, but it's something about getting your hair clean.
Absolutely.
And, you know, for me, I just don't do certain colors in my hair, you know. So find it, Dr. Malika, find it, but come and check us out.
But come, yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I did drop a link in there for those of you watching. You can go and copy and paste that in the comments. It should be showing up in the comments on all the platforms. So I think one more question for you. What is the one thing that you want viewers to take away from our conversation?
Choose you. Choose you. You'll never lose. You will never lose.
Tweet.
That's good.
Yes.
Love it.
All right. So did you tell them where they can find you? And if you did, say it again.
Yeah, so I know there's a link in the chat, but please also follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. We are at the Tox TOX Wilmington. Again, that's at the TOX Wilmington, the Tox Wilmington. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Following.
All right. I'm putting that in the comments as well. Let's get that in there. So if you couldn't get that link, make sure you check them out on Facebook and Instagram. And
I just, if I can add one other thing, I heard in I love your intro where you say the coaches are in with all authenticity. I love authenticity. And if I can say something else to your viewers, be who you be, whatever that is. I know that's not proper English, but it's my jam. Be who you be.
Yes. I'm being, honey.
Look,
every day, all day.
We're gonna be and be snatched and all in the process.
That too.
Yes. I love it. So thank you so much for Natalie for joining us this evening.
Yeah, this was great.
Viewers, definitely follow Natalie on Facebook and Instagram at the Tox Wilmington. Take advantage of the pre-opening VIP special. She said VIP perks for life.
That's what I said. I was like,
come on now.
I need to be number
first 100
or number 30.
First 100. Be in the number.
I'm in the number.
Yeah, and I will add, you know, my Instagram handle at NY Lovebug, right? So if you have any questions or glitches, you know, and you want to chat some more, I could be reached at NY Lovebug. That is on Instagram, and then on Facebook, Natalie Torres.
Yeah. All right. So we want to thank you all for joining us this evening, whether you're watching live or the replay. Be sure to subscribe so you get notified when we go live. We are here on the first and third Mondays of every month. We'll be back on February 16th, and we're going to be coming back with our viewer questions on the 16th.
Is it going to be about love?
You know what? We're actually going to do a few episodes around relationships and love this season.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Is that making you itch, Dr. Malika?
I am happily married. I'm just saying, you know, people, there's so much out there.
Yes, so much out there.
Well, we got Valentine's Day specials if anybody's interested.
Oh, okay.
Get it right before that night.
I might have to come get it right by myself. Come on.
Oh, gosh.
Bless his name.
Right.
Amen.
All right. Thanks again, Natalie. And we will
Thank
see you all in 2 weeks. Thank you for joining the Coaches.
Thank you.
The coaches are in. When you need a timely, transparent friend, tune into the coaches are in. Come on, let's take a seat and